Hi everyone, I am Rasheem Eli Muhammad, the founder of EDS Tech. EDS Tech stands for Electronic Design Systems. We are a company that is a special trades construction company. We were founded in 2012. Today we have a guest on and a partner now with EDS Tech, Kevin Blackwell, and we'll go into how he plays a very strong part in the build out of EDS Tech.
Basically, I'm a state licensed real estate inspector with Trek. I've actually owned my business for 20 years, first class building inspections. We do a wide number of building inspections for the city, the state, and the government. So we also do FEMA building inspections as well. Currently, we have about 15 inspectors that work in our firm. I've been actually licensed through TDI, Trek, and various other organizations as well. Texas Department of Insurance as well.
Tell us a little bit about building inspection. Is that a good industry to be in, and what are we looking at now in the near present and future?
That's a great question, and I will say this: the American Inspection Society, which actually rate all of the inspectors actually type of nationally, they put out an actual type of a statistic stating that the building inspection industry will grow by 400% within the next 5 years.
Wow.
And that in a nutshell just gives you just a little benchmark about there's not enough building inspection to keep up with the rapid, fast-paced growing.
So if someone wanted to get into, this is interesting, I'm glad you said that. So a person wants to come in and become an inspector. What time frame are they looking at from ground zero to completion?
Okay,
training?
Good deal. Well, basically, my title is a professional real estate inspector with a sponsorship. And what that is that Trek has deemed me a professional building inspector with a sponsorship to bring entry-level applicant in and train them from start to finish. They get their license through my training, and training course is a 6 weeks course. Number one, you have to be at least actually type of 18 years of age. Okay. You do have to go through a background check, okay, and they're going to vet you through that. And then number three is you have to be licensed and trained by a professional real estate inspector with a sponsorship, which is me. And once you've completed that, one of the other type of requirements is that you have to have a $100,000 liability insurance. Mm-hmm. And once you complete and you get on board with us, we actually get all our building inspectors underneath our group policy. And at the end of that training, we will send out to Trek, and they will receive their actual apprentice real estate inspection license.
Here's the hot question that most people typically ask after that question is, what is my salary? What can I expect to make coming into becoming a building inspector?
That's a great type of question, and I always tell everybody this: before you get into any type of an industry, do some of your own marketing type of a research. I mean, before I started as a building inspector 20 years ago, I did the same thing. I was an IT guy for 15 years before I switched over to actually starting as an actual building inspector. But I always tell people, do your marketing type of a research, and the average salary of a building inspector is $125 per hour. We want to practice safety first, and before I generally take anybody up into my site, like I may have the buyers out here, they may have kids, so I always have to give them the instructions. So as a building inspector, you're actually type of in charge of the construction site. So I'm gonna give you fair actual warning, and the camera crew is that watch your step. Do not actually type of lean on the walls, because there may be just an actual temporary. So it's not a fixed wall. It looks fixed, but if you lean on it, it may tilt over. Right. All right. Okay. So now, when it's a phase 2, this is the most critical phase of the inspection, because now we have to look at every framing member that's in this house. And as a building inspector, you learn what every framing member is. Nothing in here is called a board. Everything has a name. It all look like boards, but everything has a name. These are what they call wall studs. This is what they call a top plate, and when it's stacked, it's called a double top plate. And then your studs connect to your seal plate. And what we actually look for to make sure there's no damage framing members, any notching, holes, or splits in it. If it was, that would be considered as a structural integrity issue. All right, so now we move around this way. We look at our hurricane strapping. This is called an actual type of a header because it's over our doorway. We just want to make sure that these are actually type of intact. Basically, if you don't have the floor plan starting out, you really don't know what these rooms are called. But as a building inspector, you really don't need to know. You just need to know if the framing is done properly. And one of the things I think is really important to know that every house that's built has to follow the International Residential Code, IRC. We're looking at mud straps, which are these little metal clamps down here, and this is what actually type of fastens the seal plate to the slab. What we do here is very, very thorough, and it's very technical because every framing member that you see that's exposed up to the roof rafters, the bridge boards, the purlin brace, hip jack, collar tie, all these are framing members. As an inspector, you have to look at every framing member on this house. So this phase 2 is the most critical type of inspection.
I enjoyed it. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for partnering with us.
Thank you.
To help us grow on a national level, and we look forward to having this relationship prosper.
I appreciate it. All right.
Wow, we're back. Glad to have you. We're with EDS Tech. I'm Rasheem Ullah Muhammad, the founder of EDS Tech, and we're going to introduce our newest training part of the special trades construction side, and is a property estimator, correct? And that's what we call them now because these titles jump around and change from claims adjusters to inspectors. So a property estimator, you're going to walk us through what that is.
And so I had invaluable training just going across the country, working with the various states and insurance company itself. And I took that training after about 10 years and I thought, I could probably do this on my own, invaluable training. And I went off and started my own company, Professional Property Inspections, where I then ventured out and realized, the skills that I learned with the insurance company were transferable. So I did very well going into the construction industry, the roofing industry, some underwriting commercial inspections, and it really opened up a lot of lines of business. Xactimate is used by almost 95% of the insurance industry.
Correct.
As well as the construction industry, the appraisal industry.
Wow.
Almost anything where you would want to redesign, remodel, or repair a home or a structure of any size, you can do it through Xactimate. And that's what I realized over 20 years in this business, having worked in several different industries, this is the constant. And this training has opened up so many doors for me. It's not that I was able to open or start my professional property inspection business, and I'm self-employed.
Right.
So what the Xactimate program that we've designed is basically the intensive 5-day class, where you spend about the first couple of days learning Xactimate, hands-on. Xactimate is a computer-based program, and it's very user-friendly. And we will teach you over 2 or 3 days the intensive Xactimate program, a software platform, as well as hands-on on-site location. As well as that class, we'll also go over some interpersonal communication, face-to-face, social skills, etiquette, and things like that.
Okay.
After this week-long program, you will then be certified as an Xactimate Level 1 with your certification.
Okay.
You can then take that certification and you put it on your resume. That's what opens all the doors to the insurance industries, the insurance companies, the independent firms, any company that wants an estimate written in any industry. Xactimate will help you do it. If you go to work for an insurance company and they're going to see you have Xactimate training, they're going to bring you in and they're going to train you. And you can start anywhere from $25,000 or $35,000, maybe even a little bit more, depending on the insurance company and what skills you bring to that company. Xactimate opens up that door. Or you can go to an independent firm that basically works for an insurance company, At that point, you could make anywhere from $300 to $500 per inspection. If you get to a catastrophic site, the fees go up. And one thing I learned, I will tell you this as a personal experience, if you are a good adjuster and you know what you're doing, you can make $1,000 a day.
So that actually concludes it. We're going to go take a walk through, and they're going to look at some slides while we do that of the Xactimate snapshots, and you're going to walk us through a home visit if you came out to do a claim adjusting or a property. Okay, so we're going to go do that, and thank you for coming out and having us, and I look forward to learning a little bit more.
I appreciate it.
Xactimate. Thanks for being part of the center.
Absolutely.
Hi, Michael. How you doing today?
Doing good.
All right, I'm going to be a homeowner or a student or someone you're going to walk through and explain to me, or the person, the end user, or the person who's looking at this on the training side, what to expect in the training and how it looks in this world.
Absolutely. One of the things that we do in our 5-day course starts off with interpersonal skills and social skills, and I think it's very important to learn who your client is and how to approach your client. In this particular case, we may be doing a kitchen renovation project, or maybe as a result of a kitchen fire. A number of different reasons. So as we go inside,
Okay, let's go inside.
we introduce ourselves, some social skills. We talk about their home, and we ask the client, okay, what can we do for you?